Hello, my ukulele friends. Happy 2023. So we're going to get started on working on music for spring 2023. And our first song is up on February 5th, 2023. And to coincide with this sermon series as well as a little February holiday, we're going to do one of my favorite songs called How He Loves. This is a contemporary song by the band David Crowder. And it's a little bit older, so you might not be super familiar with it if you've been to the 9:30 service. Praise 4 has done it a few times. If you listen to K-Love, it's actually still on the radio from time to time. It's just that good of a song. But I think this is going to be a great one for us to get back into because it's pretty simple and it should be a nice step and ease back in. We've been out for a little while. So let's go ahead and pull out our chord sheets and take a look at those. Your chord sheet is going to be read just from top to bottom. We've had ones in the past where I've had you jump back to something. I've taken that out, so this is just reading from top to bottom, which shouldn't be very hard for anybody. I think you can all handle that. So let's go ahead and then jump onto the chords that we need. So if you've looked through the chord sheet, you've seen that you've only need 4 chords: your C, your A minor, your G, and your F. So this graphic's a little out of order, but it does tell you what you need. We're going to have a good discussion about this F chord in just a minute, but let's go ahead and review those chords for those that either may have forgotten or might be new to our group. So your C is super easy. We're going to take our ring finger. We're going to place it on the 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3, of the string closest to the ground. This is your A string. So we're on the A string on the 3rd fret. I'm using my ring finger. If I play all 4 strings, that makes my C chord. The next chord you need is your A minor. We're going to reach over with our middle finger. We're going to pick up our ring finger. Place your middle finger on the string closest to your face on the 2nd fret. That is your G string. We are putting our middle finger on the 2nd fret, all 4 strings together. Sounded like A minor. The next chord you need is the hardest one out of the entire sheet. But if you've been with us for a while now, I think G is not a problem for any of you. But let's review it anyway, just in case you may have forgotten. We're going to take our middle and our pointer fingers. We're going to place both of them on the 2nd fret. You're going to put your pointer finger on the C string, that's the 2nd string down, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the string closest to the ground, the A string. Both of them are in the 2nd fret. Then we're going to take our ring finger, and we're going to reach over and push down the 3rd string. That's your E string. And we're going to push it down on 1, 2, 3, the 3rd fret. If I play all 4 of my strings, I've played myself a G chord. Now the graphic that I showed you a regular good old F chord. That is when you have your middle finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and then we push down with our pointer finger on the E string in the 1st fret. Now because this is a contemporary song, we can use what is called an F2. An F2 is simply used in contemporary music to sometimes add more color to a chord, or sometimes the note that you are singing is the one that they have now added. In this case, we're playing an F major chord and we're just adding a G, and that actually tends to be a lot of what is sung when using this particular chord. Now the nice thing is, here's your F chord. To play your F2, we're just going to pick up our middle finger. You can hear it, it's got an extra note that doesn't necessarily belong, but it doesn't necessarily sound bad either, which can be really handy sometimes. Now, those are the 4 chords that you need. You can use the F or the F2, whichever one is easier for you. Because you're coming from a G, I don't think it really makes any difference whether you play F or F2. It will not sound any different. If half of us are playing F and the other half are playing F2, no one's going to go, ooh, half of them are playing the wrong chord. No one will notice. So play whichever one is easier for you and all will be well. On the bottom of the 2nd page of your song sheets, you'll see that there is a strumming pattern. So your strumming pattern is going to remain the same throughout the entire song, with the exception of the very last chord. We're just going to do one simple downstrum. But that means we're going to play this the entire time. Now, I wrote it out for you in regular 6/8 time so that you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because of 6/8 time, we start back over. All of the chords that you have in this song are 12 counts. So you're going to play through what is essentially 2 measures of that pattern. So what you see down there. So you play 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, 12. So the way this sounds, and once you get into it, it's super simple. I'm going to use my C chord. We've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, and 12, and then you would change chords and you would do it again. Now the nice thing is, it doesn't change. The problem is, once it stops changing, sometimes that makes it easier to get lost. So make sure you're focusing where you are in the song, because it does jump around a little bit in where it's sung. And this does not necessarily follow along with the exact order of the song. I shortened it up a little bit. So that is everything you need to know. But let me throw a few reminders out to you. One, the chord pattern is the same for the entire song. It's always C, then A minor, G, and then F or F2, whichever one you prefer. That's going to be the same for all components of the song. Our strumming pattern is exactly the same for all parts of the song, except for the very last chord. You'll see it at the end of the ending. It's a C for just one, which we're just going to do a simple downstrum. Now remember, this can make it much easier for you to get lost in the song. So try your best to focus and follow along if you don't know it, especially for those that don't know it. If you do know this song, I have shortened it. I've taken out a couple repeats of certain things just because I don't think people want the 6-minute version of this song. So it is stripped down a little bit. So it's time for our run through. So we're going to start with our C chord. We're starting at the intro. Remember, everything is 12 counts. Here we go. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to be using F2s because that's what I practiced. Verse 1. the song. It's a little shortened from the regular David Crowder version, or the Praise for version if you've been with us for 9:30 worship. But the nice thing is, if you want to go ahead and play along with the regular version, this is the same key that David Crowder sings it in. So if you want to pull up a YouTube video or you have a recording of it somewhere, you can practice with him as well as this video. So friends, that is it. That is our song. We are playing it on February 5th at the 11 a.m. service. So I wish you lots of luck working on this one. I think you'll have a good time with it. I think it's a nice way to ease into 2023. And I hope to see you all real soon. Happy New Year, and I look forward to all of our musical endeavors coming up. Have a great rest of your day.